A fishy tale. Detective Inspector Raddish was preoccupied as he went home from work. He had some news, and he wasn't sure how his wife would react to it. As he opened the front door, he heard raised voices. Charlie, his 5-year-old son, was having an argument with Maggie, Raddish's wife. "It's not bedtime," he was shouted. "You still I go to bed with a big hand pointed down." "That's when you're not going to school, Charlie," Maggie explained. "On school nights, you'll need to go upstairs earlier." But I want to what? "Hello," Raddish said, his heart sinking. He knew he was going to become entangled in this. Maggie and Charlie turned to him, ready for a third opinion in the discussion. Raddish couldn't help grinning as he looked at them. Charlie, red-headed like him, and Maggie, dark-haired and determined. Raddish looked at his watch ostentatiously. "Good heavens," he said. "I was hoping to find you in the bath. I thought we'd have another sink the battleship game, but perhaps it's too late?" He looked inquiringly at Maggie, but Charlie was already running up the stairs. Later, when both children were asleep, they sat in the kitchen having supper. Maggie, frowning as she spooned out bolognese sauce over spaghetti, said, "He's getting really tired at school. When he comes home, he just flops in front of the telly. I give him a quick snack to tide him over, but he's really quite ratty by the 6. Raddish leaned back in his chair. "He'll get used to it. So many new things are new to him." Maggie relaxed a little. "You think he'll be all right when he's settled in then?" Raddish answered cheerfully. "Once you're in a routine, things are always easier." She frowned again, looking at him carefully. "Something's happened," she said. "What aren't you telling me?" "Well, there wasn't time," he said feebly, struggling to work out how he could tell her. "We were busy with the children, and then you were cooking, and—" "Tell me now," she demanded. Raddish took a breath and began. "Well, it's not exactly a transfer." "What? What? We've got a mortgage on this house. We're trying to get Charlie settled in school for the first time, and you're saying it's not a transfer, but you're making me think it is." "Well, it's a bit of an honour that they're asking me," he said hopefully. She waited. "They want me to investigate a problem in Scotland. There's some question, and this mustn't go any further, some question about collusion between a suspect and one of the police officers. I'm to be seconded as a liaison officer. You know the sort of thing, our Scottish brother officers. But actually, I'm to find out what's going on." "How long for?" "Oh, I don't know, as long as it takes." "Weeks? Months?" Raddish spluttered and took a mouthful of spaghetti. "Bolognese." "We don't know," he said. Perhaps I could come home some weekends." Silence fell. Maggie laid down her fork. At last she said, "I've always fancied Scotland, and they say the schools are good." Raddish's jaw dropped. Raddish had never liked airports. He'd assumed he'd be travelling to Scotland by rail. Wasn't rail the ordinary man's way of getting about? Surely flying was too glamorous a method for a humble policeman. Sergeant Morris looked at him gloomily. "I can tell you haven't been on many holidays recently," he said. "Rail travel is fiendishly expensive, and flying, well, you can get anywhere for a few pounds nowadays. I've got you a flight from Luton to Glasgow for £39 Saturday. Check in at 7 a.m. 7 a.m.? Raddish sat in his office and looked across the road to where the River Werther flowed. 7 a.m.? A terrible time to be going anywhere, particularly on a Saturday. A fog of gloom settled over him. At 7 o'clock on Saturday morning, Luton Airport has its good points. Fewer people, fewer cars, shorter queues at the check-in desk. Fewer queues go through security. But standing in your socks by a metal-detecting gateway is never a cheery experience, especially when you've just said goodbye to your wife and family, and they're back warm in bed by now. Safely shod once more, He bought a newspaper and some breakfast while he waited for his flight to be cancelled. The plane was all right. He'd always liked planes. His mind dwelled fondly on the models he'd made in his youth. Spitfire, a Catalina flying boat. Raddish slept.